Hi everybody, today we are finally sitting down and listening to the Grammy-nominated album, Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard by Miss Lana Del Rey. This album I think has been like the most highly anticipated reaction video of mine when it comes to Lana's albums, probably only outside of Norman fucking Rockwell. I've heard a lot of great things about this album. I hear that it's her most personal album yet. I know that she's dropped hints about her family and her childhood throughout her discography, but apparently in this album she kind of delves into it in a way that she never has before, which is really exciting to me because I love hearing that personal stuff. It's a long project. It's an hour and 18 minutes, so we're going to be sitting here for a while, especially with how much I tend to pause. As far as the Grammys go, I stream on Twitch and we're going to be streaming during the Grammys. It's going to be kind of like a Grammys hangout stream. I'm not going to be showing the Grammys on screen. I can't do that. We're going to be all watching it on our own and just talking and hanging out and everything. So that's something that you want to be a part of. My Twitch is linked below. But I really wanted to make sure that I listened to Ocean Boulevard before the Grammys because I just want to know what she's nominated for and be a part of that when and if she wins. Also, regarding Miss Lana Del Rey, I am reading her poetry book and I am making a video on that. It is going to be the first video that I post on my second channel, which I will have linked below as well. That should be up now, where I do a little bit of a deep dive into Lana's poetry. As far as this reaction though, if you would like to listen to the full album with me, my uncut reaction is available below on my Patreon. Thank you so much to everyone who's already over there. Your support is a big help to me, but if you would rather watch the edited version here on YouTube, that's totally fine, and I am excited to get into it. So this track list, we got a hefty track list, 16 tracks. Looking at it, I am aware of the song Paris, Texas, because it is my sister's favorite song off of this album. She's played it for me. I think it goes something like da-na-na-na-na-na. And then there's whispering. I don't know. I heard it a long time ago. A&W, I don't know what it sounds like, but I know that that's the one that is nominated for Song of the Year. Let the Light In might be familiar to me. If that's a TikTok sound, that sounds familiar, and I might know a piece of that from TikTok. And it's either that one or Margaret. Margaret, I believe, is about, featuring the Bleachers, of course, is about Jack Antonoff's wife, now wife, Margaret something. I don't know his personal life. I don't know Margaret, but I believe that that song is about her. And I know a sound from TikTok that goes, when you know, you know. And then there's like a piece of Lana going, hey, by the way, the party's December 18th or something like that. I don't know if I got the date right or the melody right, but I know that. I'm not sure if that's from Margaret or Let the Light In. Probably Margaret, I assume. Oh, I have to claim a track. Oh my God. I'm gonna claim Candy Necklace. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. Okay. Okay, let's get into the first track, The Grants.
1, 2, ready.
What?
I'm gonna take mine with you, with me. Mine.
It's kind of giving Pitch Perfect. I don't mean that as an insult.
Mine of you with
Harmonies.
the way John Denver sings.
What was that? Oh, and the piano. Oh, what a depressing sound. This is very serious. That was a little fun little intro, but then it got real depressing. The piano made it kind of scary. I'm gonna take mine of you with me. I really like. Is that a sample from a different song? Or is that part of this song? I don't know. That lyric, I'm gonna take mine of you with me, is a lot because you know the common phrase, I'll take you with me wherever I go. That type of notion that even though you're apart from somebody, you're gonna take a piece of them with you. I like the switch up of I'm gonna take mine of you with me because mine of you is like acknowledging that the piece of them that you are taking is only existing because of you and how you perceive them and how you choose to remember them going forward. It's a choice.
Should I do a dance for once?
For once, girl, you've been dancing. Ooh, the strings. You're joking. I'm getting piano, strings, and guitar. I am getting piano, strings, and guitar on a song, on one singular song.
My best I told
your memory. Oh, pretty. See, that's exactly what I meant. I always just explain things in really chaotic, convoluted terms, but her pointing out, my pastor told me when you leave, all you take is your memory. And your memory is flawed, and your memory is almost like edited to remember what you want to. And I'm gonna take mine of you with me. Obviously, this track being called The Grants, I know that her real name is Elizabeth Grant, and the Grants alludes to her family as a whole. So I'm guessing here we're talking about her dad. I'm not sure, but that would be my guess.
So many mountains to high to climb.
Oh, I love this simple melody.
I'm doing it for us, for our family life. Do you think about
I was just gonna say, I think I ascended to heaven. And then her next lyric is, do you think about heaven? Girl, I'm thinking about it because you just brought us there. That was beautiful. Oh, I got chills. I want to hear that again.
for our family life? Do you think
I got chills again.
my sister's firstborn child? I'm gonna take that too with me.
Oh, the strings in the back are doing things to my emotions too. Shut.
It's a beautiful life. Remember that too for me.
Remember that for me. I don't even know if I have tissues in my house, but the fact that I'm crying on the first track makes me worried. I don't think I have tissues in this house. I don't cry. That was nice. Her grandmother's last. I don't need to be hearing a lyric like that right now. I feel like it really comes together. Okay, I think I need to take a break before I talk about this song. Actually, we're already taking a break, but I'm not going to talk to you in my cry voice, so give me a moment to pull myself together, all right? I will be right back. I have a square of toilet paper with me. All I could find. Guys, I have a sick grandmother right now who's going through stage 4 lung cancer, and so, my grandmother's last smile really hit me, and then her just... Okay, I'm gonna start crying again talking about it. Her just singing it so beautifully, and this acceptance that she has about how she's gonna take that with her, and she's happy to, and feels lucky to. I kind of get that sense. And then ending it. This is the most beautiful end to a song I've ever. The most beautiful end. Can I talk about it? I have to. It's a beautiful life. Remember that too for me. Really wraps up the song to make us understand that she's not only is she singing about the Grants as her ancestors before her and how she is who she is because she takes pieces of them with her through life, but also saying it's a beautiful life. Remember that too for me is acknowledging that she's not going to be here forever, and she wants the future line of Grants, to listen to this and remember that it's a beautiful life for her. I think that's really nice. The Grants, that's crazy. I thought this was going to be very much going into her past, and it became much more existential than that. How is there going to be a song better than this one on this album? Whew. Next up is Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard? Also, by the way, just from hearing the first track, I already know that this better win Album of the Year. Deep breaths, we're breathing. I need to breathe after that last one.
Mosaic ceilings, painted tiles on the wall.
Pretty. I already can tell where this is going. Because the fact that it's underground and a lot of people don't even know about it, but it has beautiful mosaic ceilings and painted tiles on the wall. It's beautiful. People have crafted and put work and beauty into this spot on Earth underground, and a lot of people are never going to see. Okay, I also just want to say that I really love the feel and the vibe of the production on this album. It feels very, it's just beautiful, and it feels melancholic and almost dreary, but it's not dreary. It's like cozy rain. Yeah.
I can't help but feel somewhat like my body, my soul. When's it gonna be my turn? Open me up, tell me you like it, fuck me to death, love me until I love myself. There's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard. There's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard.
Okay. What the fuck? Am I just like, I don't know. Should I not be listening to this album right now, or is this album finding me at the perfect time? I can't help but feel somewhat like my body marred my soul. Is she talking about self-image issues? Because I can't. I feel the same way. That's why it's hard to say out loud. So talking about the tunnel here, handmade beauty sealed up by two man-made walls, the tunnel. And then she goes into, when's it going to be my turn for like someone to breathe that kind of life into me? Yeah, okay.
There's a girl who sings Hotel California.
That's me.
Sound like Florida.
I love those layered harmonies she keeps adding in.
She's in a world preserved. Only silver mirrors running down the corridor. Oh man.
Man.
Don't forget me. There's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard. Barry Nelson has a song. His voice breaks at 2:05.
I love a voice break.
I just wish I had a friend like him, someone to give me five. Come on, baby, you can drive, but I can't. When's it gonna be my turn? Open me up, tell me you like it, fuck me to death, love me until I love myself. Don't forget me. Like the tunnel under Ocean Boulevard. Don't forget me. Don't forget me.
Ooh, I like that vocal she added in there. It's just funny to me that I'm crying like this. The "open me up" line I really love, because like if you opened the earth up, you would see the tunnel under Ocean Boulevard without having to like go underneath. And she's like comparing herself to that tunnel because she feels like basically underappreciated and overlooked, despite the beauty that she knows she has in her if you would just be willing to open her up and go beneath the surface. And oh, when's it gonna be my turn? That's a really sad lyric. This is sad too. Come on, baby, you can thrive, but I can't. She feels stuck, which is a theme from Blue Bannisters that's clearly still lasting into this era as well. That was just as good. That was just as good as the Grants. Please don't make me cry. The next one is sweet. I don't want to cry anymore. The piano. How many times does a song start and I'm just like, the piano?
Thinking about who said and what didn't get said in the
Midwest, that's where I am. Hold on. So I'm back at Apple Music because they actually have lyrics, but they obviously have their own flaws as well. Thinking about who was sad and what did it, is I think what she's saying there, right? Not didn't.
I wrote you a note, but I didn't send
It's giving California.
what you don't really understand. I've got magic in my hand, stars in my eyes. If you want some basic, bitch, go to the Beverly Center.
She's so unhinged.
If you wanna go If I'm not there, come to my house on Genesee.
Is this one my favorite now? The album has to calm down. I just love the feel of the song. I'm paying attention to the lyrics, of course, but for me, this song is more about the feel of the production and the performance of the vocals. It brings me that sultriness that I'm obsessed with throughout her music. You know, I've never wrote a note and not sent it. I've never done that. I've never like written something to somebody with no intention to give it to them. I hear that that's like a good way to unpack feelings. I wonder who she's talking about. Who is the note for? I do like that she has some confidence in this song. She's really been put herself down in the last one. She really felt underappreciated, but in this song it feels like she is appreciating herself and inviting those to come hang out if they want to appreciate her too.
What you doing with your life? Do you think about it? Do you contemplate where we came from? Lately we've been making out a lot, not talking about the stuff that's at the very heart of things. I've got things to do like nothing at all. I wanna do them with you.
I've got things to do like nothing.
With me.
Cute.
You can find me where no one will be. In the woods somewhere, in the north, in the heart of a valley. Genesee.
This is another one of those songs that feels like a hug. Also, this is so random, but I was thinking the other day about how if Lana was a Disney princess, what vibe she gives to me would be Snow White. And something about the way that she performs this part, where is it? It gives such Snow White vibes.
In the woods somewhere, in the north, in the heart of a valley.
Does it not? I love the way she performs this song. I think it's beautiful. I think it's simple. I think it's sweet. It's a sweet song. I don't have much to say about this one because it's very straightforward. I really love, this portion of the song where she's talking about how they've been making out a lot, but she's like, wait, let's talk about some important things. And I've got things to do like nothing at all, and I want to do them with you. Doing nothing with someone is actually the most special thing in the whole world. Just existing together. And next up is A&W. It's a long one. Do I gotta lay back for this? This is also the one that's nominated, so I'm very curious. I wonder what... Is she talking about the root beer? Because that's all I know when it comes to A&W. Is she talking about the root beer, or has she made up her own acronym? I guess we will find out.
I haven't done a cartwheel since I was 9.
Girl, you still got it in you. Do it.
Call him up, come into my bedroom. Ended up we fuck on the hotel floor. It's not about having someone to love me anymore.
What is it?
This is the experience of being an American whore.
A&W stands for American Whore. Oh, Lana. Okay, this is her I've given up on love song, and I'm just trying to feel something. That's gonna hurt. Great vocals and melodies, and the simple just guitar carrying us through with like this wave of sound in the back. Hold on, this lyric stood out to me a lot. My face, the shape of my body. Do you really think I give a damn? What I do after years of just hearing them talking. Who is them? Is it that like the public like commenting on her body and her face and how they've changed with age? Is that what that is? Or is the face and the body doing the talking? Like it feels like who she is on the outside is all that does the talking these days, or at least it's the only thing that people listen to, when we know that actually she is a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard and it's more than what's on the surface type of thing. I could see that lyric going both ways, where she feels frustrated with people only listening to or perceiving the face and body. And so like those are the only things that seem to be talking for her, especially given that she's throwing herself into these solely physical relationships to feel something, and again is only giving over her face and body, what's on the outside, letting them be the only things that talk for her, because it seems like that's all that people decided to care about for this whatever stretch of time.
Caught up one from caught up another. Forensic files wasn't
Love Forensic Files.
ask me why I'm like this. Maybe I'm just kinda like this. I don't know, maybe I'm just like this.
No, I don't think so. This verse to me seems to be screaming like what we were talking about before about going below the surface and understanding her from the inside, not the out. And this verse feels like she has a moment of I'm a princess, I'm divisive, and she gives these little inklings of like what she's like and what she's interested in, then goes, ask me why I'm like this. Maybe I'm just kind of like this. I don't think so. I think she immediately flippantly pushes that conversation to the side because she doesn't think that people care to ask, but I think she wants people to care to ask and figure her out because she's an interesting person. We're all interesting people. You're not just like this. There's many reasons as to why you are the way that you are, and people should care if they care about you.
It's not about having someone to love me anymore.
So sad.
This is the experience of being an American whore.
Especially with the first 3 songs where she's clearly craving to be understood and loved.
Look at my hair, look at the length of it and the shape of my body. If I told you that I was lame, do you really think that anybody would think I didn't ask for it? Didn't ask for it. You know, a singer can still be looking like a side piece at 33. Gosh, I turned on the backbeat, puts the shower on while he calls me.
The side piece comments, please remind me, wasn't she in a relationship where she found out that she was the girl on the side the whole time and she had no idea? Ugh.
Not about having someone to love me anymore. Okay. Now this is the experience of being an American whore.
That's so sad. The okay and how she delivered it is like, it's her thought saying it's not about having someone to love me anymore, but then the annoyed almost like, okay. It's like she wants it to be, but it just hasn't been, and she's giving up hope, and she's like, is this what my life is? I guess this is what I have to be. Also, what in the world? She's talking about sneak out, puts the shower on, sneaks out the back door to talk to me. I'm invisible. I hope she doesn't continue messing around. First of all, guys like this are disgusting. Can you please be loyal for once in your life? But also, it's sad that she's at a point in her life where she's aware of what the man is doing and she just continues to see him. Like, that's how low her standards are and how little faith and hope she has in the men that she dates at this point. That is sad to hear. Now what? Oh. I love when she does these long experimental instrumentals.
Jimmy, Jimmy, cocoa, Jimmy, Jimmy, ride. Jimmy, Jimmy, cocoa, Jimmy, give me high. Love me if you love enough, you can be my light. Jimmy, only love me when you wanna get high. You're my call, I told her, you're fucking up big time.
What was that? That was so fun. It felt like, wait, is that a thing? It felt like one of those schoolyard hand games, like concentration, 64, no repeats or hesitations. You know, like one of those little games you play, like Jimmy, Jimmy, Cocoa Puff, Jimmy, Jimmy. It felt like that vibe. That was such a fun little segment of the song. This man is just using her for drugs. Your mom called, I told her you're fucking up big time. I hope she did.
Your mom called, I told her, you're fucking up big time. Jimmy, Jimmy, cocoa, Jimmy, Jimmy,
It keeps going, thank God.
Jimmy, only love me when you wanna get high. Your mom called,
Ooh, wait, what was that? In the back?
Jimmy, only love me when you wanna get high. Your mom called, I told her, you're fucking up big time. Jimmy, if you leave the house, find me in the club. Like Jimmy, if you
Wait a minute. Okay, interesting that the first half of the song is like talking about her descent into not believing in love anymore and just solely focusing on physical relationships because she just doesn't give a fuck anymore. Then it turns into this relationship. Well, she uses Jim. Has she used Jimmy as a name before in her songs? And it just feels unhinged. It feels like, yeah, she might be going out and having like these solely physical relationships with guys, but also she still is ready to call them out on their bullshit too. Your mom called, I told her you're fucking up big time. Please let this be a real thing that happens. Please. Because that's so funny to me. But you know, there's also like a sadness in like her spiraling in this second half of the song where she's just partying and being used for drugs and doesn't really care whose feelings she hurts. This is like the most unhinged, I don't give a fuck portion of a song by her I think I've ever heard, and it's done in a really fun way, so I like it, but it's also kind of sad, but it's funny. How is it sad and funny at the same time? It just is. Okay, so love that. That will be winning Song of the Year. Next up, we have Judah Smith Interlude. It's 4 minutes and 36 seconds. You're telling me this is an interlude? Is that static? This is a different vibe immediately from the first 4 songs.
Do you understand what that means? It means quit lusting after your neighbor. You get to love, you ever talk to somebody, I want a new life. I don't love my wife anymore. I don't love my kids anymore. I'm missing out on life. They're usually my age. Does that sound like love?
Nope.
They just get weak and they say, it doesn't matter anymore.
Have I not been saying this about the last song? Where it feels like she hit a point where she just doesn't give a fuck and it doesn't matter anymore and she's just trying to chase any sort of feeling to get by. And also this sounds like a sermon. This is a really interesting follow-up to A&W.
And the Spirit of God says, I'll infuse you with desires for what you have and what's in front of you.
Yeah. Desires for what you have.
So,
Is that her voice? Is this literally her sitting in at a sermon? Because that is so cool if that's what's happening right now. I assumed it was like a sample like taken from a sermon that she found somewhere. But is this her literally sitting in a church?
help me serve the city I live in and not wish it away and hope I can move. I want to be a man of love, not a man of lust.
I like that usually lust is only used as a word to describe sexual desires. But it's interesting, like, I don't know, it really stuck out to me too, because I'm one of those people too, where I'm like, oh, I don't want to live here. If I lived somewhere else, I'd be happier. And Lana has that in her music too. Clearly, from the beginning of her journey, she was constantly chasing LA, and she was like, if I just get there, everything will be better. But help me serve the city I live in and not wish it away and hope I can move. And calling that desire a form of lust actually makes a lot of sense. It's almost like lust is, rather than physical desire, it's just selfish desire as a whole.
God said, check the Bible out. I don't know if it was God, but it felt like God. And I had the thought in my head, check the Bible out. I'm going to speak to you from the verse of the day. That means I don't have to look anywhere. I just get the verse of the day. Why would you ever bother with puny, mortal man or me? Ooh, don't get me started. I can bring another hour on infatuated. Or being infatuated. I used to think my preaching was mostly about you. And you're not going to like this, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I've discovered my preaching is mostly about me.
First of all, I love the idea of like, just, it feels so real. Whenever you call something an interlude within an album, it's usually because it's a starting point to change the energy of the album going forward. So I wonder if those first 4 tracks where she's starting out hopeful and slowly digressing into what she calls an American whore. I wonder if Judah Smith Interlude is now going to be a new direction and a moment, this pinnacle moment in her life that changed her outlook in some way. I just love interludes. I actually really do. I don't listen to interludes, but I love them as a storyteller within an album. It makes me excited to keep listening. Next up is my claimed track, Candy Necklace, featuring Jon Batiste. Piano. Also, I just love Candy Necklace as a song title. I also love a candy necklace.
White fire, cinnamon on my teeth.
You can't just say cinnamon on my teeth and expect me to move on. Now I'm thinking about Cinnamon Girl. No, this is Candy Necklace. Here we go.
I feel lucky.
Oh.
White noise coming on in my brain. Turns off for nothing.
That's really interesting that she says that, because the Judah Smith interlude, it felt like there was some white noise at the beginning and the end. And her saying that she feels lucky. Is that sermon like sitting with her a lot in this song? Is she starting to see things differently? I don't know, maybe.
Storyteller, us forever is my favorite song.
Are we about to hit? Oh, okay. I got scared with that silence. I was like, is she about to bring a beat down and change up on me like she did with A&W? Okay, we do have a faster piano tempo though.
You've been acting pretty reckless, dancing like the young and restless. All his candy necklaces.
All his candy necklaces. I don't have a grasp on this song yet. You've been acting pretty restless, dancing with the young, dancing like the young and restless, and I'm obsessed with it. She's admiring somebody who defies their age and just still has fun the way that they want to. But then it changes to all his candy necklaces at the end. So I'm like, who are his candy necklaces?
Sitting on the sofa feeling super suicidal. I hate to say the word, but baby, hand on the Bible, I do feel like it's you, the one who's bringing me down.
Oh, interesting. It's just what you do, head in your hands while you color me blue. Interesting. Yeah, I was wondering, because actually that's really interesting that this verse goes into the fact that she's facing the idea that this man is actually bringing her down. Whereas in the first half of the chorus, singing about him and candy necklaces, it seemed like she was admiring who he was. And then toward the end of it, I was like, wait, is she switching up? Is she questioning who he is actually? And then the second verse very much is.
I think that we should address this. Acting like the young and restless. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah, she's questioning it.
All his candy necklaces.
Candy necklaces. I'm trying to think what that metaphor is for this song. There's like that youthful energy to it, and she's singing about how he's been acting young and restless. And so a candy necklace fits into that vibe, but also a candy necklace is something that isn't sustainable. And I think she's looking for sustainability at this point in her life. She's looking for comfort and stability and sustainability. He just keeps on eating up all these candy necklaces and grabbing a new one. Whereas I think she's like, where are our diamonds? We are too young for this. Whoa. Oh. I loved that instrumental break. I feel like it told the story. It started really fast and then it came back down really slow. You start out pretty and bejeweled with a candy necklace, even though it's fake. It slowly disintegrates, it slowly gets eaten away, and it slows back down, and then you're quick to grab a new one to keep that energy alive. And I think that the instrumental here told that story really beautifully, where there's this high and then it slowly sprinkles down into a low when you realize that you're not what you're pretending to be.
We've been acting pretty restless, dancing like the young and restless.
Candy necklaces.
There's Jon.
Candy necklaces, candy necklaces, candy necklaces.
Oh, I like that. She's talking a lot about age and how people of her age are expected to act a certain way at this point and fit into these certain boxes. This does actually feel very much like a transitional song in the album. I don't have much to say about it. Like I said, I think it just is about her and the people she surrounds herself with grappling with the idea that they're getting older and they're trying to hold on to their youth. I might get more from the song after I see where the album takes us from here. Next up is the Jon Batiste Interlude. Like, fuck. I can't tell. Maybe this is like just a moment in the studio where they're experimenting with different instrumentals. Yeah, this just feels like improv to some experimental vocals, actually.
Early in the morning. Early in the morning. Hey.
Yeah. That's pretty too. How about that? They're for sure just experimenting with some instrumentals. This is really cool to see. Oh, that was beautiful too. Interesting. That was fun. Some interludes are just meant to be a fun break in the album. That might be what that is. Next up is track 8. Oh, I don't know how to say it or what this is. Kintsugi?
There's a certain point the body can't come back from. Chucky was there for 3 out of 3. I was there for the 3rd, 'cause I couldn't be there for the one who was closest to me. It's just that I don't trust myself with my heart, but I've had to let it break a little more, 'cause they say that's what it's for. That's how the light shines in. That's how the light shines in.
Stop. That's beautiful. A break in your heart is how the light shines in. Wow, wow, wow. That's a lot. Chucky was there for 3 out of 3. I was there for the 3rd because I couldn't be there for the one who was closest to me. I don't know what the 3 out of 3 is or what that means and why Lana could only make the 3rd. I don't know. But she obviously was scared to be there for some reason. Where? I don't know. But to be a part of something for some reason because she didn't think that she was strong enough to handle it. But wow, heartbreak is how the light shines in is insane. Because I feel like obviously there's truth to that, where like when your heart is broken in any type of way, you just learn so much, and I feel like you acquire a lot more empathy for others and the world and the human experience as well. Little whistles! That's so cute! She's so Snow White coated.
And I just can't stop crying, 'cause all of the ways when you see someone dying, you see up your face flash in front of you. And then there's Donahue.
Who's that? Okay, we're talking about death again. So the 3rd, is she talking about visits to see someone who's sick? Like she couldn't handle seeing them like that? That's a really interesting thing to point out, the way everyone is standing and laughing and she's crying. Like everyone else is trying to make the most and the best of the situation and reminiscing and having fun and laughing and being happy to have these moments, but she's just can't help but cry because it's hard.
I'm probably running away from the feelings I get when I think all the things about them. Daddy, I miss them. Probably running away from the thoughts in the day that have things to do with them, but they say that's how the light gets in.
But it's hard.
That's how the light gets in. That's how the light gets in. I was cracked open.
Ooh.
Finally the ground was cold. They wouldn't open. Up by the sunlight of the spirit to pour in the rain. There's a name for it in Japanese, it's Kintsugi.
I want to look up the direct definition of kintsugi. Is the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery by mending the areas of breakage, mending with gold. A metaphor for embracing your flaws and imperfections. Like highlighting them. Oh wow. Like when the pottery breaks and then you emphasize the cracks with something beautiful. Oh my god.
That's how the light gets in. That's how the light gets in. But daddy, I miss.
But it still hurts.
Then you're gold.
Then you're golden, like the pottery. This is the saddest and happiest song I've ever heard.
That's how the light gets in.
Okay. I'm sure this song hits really hard for just anyone who refused to feel or still refuses to feel and has a hard time allowing themselves to feel. I was like that for a really long time, probably until I was like 24. Around 24 is when I was like, oh, okay, it's not okay. It's okay to cry and it's okay to be sad and it's okay to do this and that and have missteps and make mistakes. It's how the light gets in. It's a really pretty way to put it. It's so beautiful too because it can apply to so many different things, like allowing yourself to grieve and face those hard moments is kintsugi. And then also just trying really hard. I try so hard, but that's okay. It's how the light gets in. Like just trying and not being afraid of making mistakes too. Something as simple as that is also kintsugi. Next up, oh dear God. Next up is fingertips. Now, fingertips has been in my comment section my entire Lana journey of reaction videos. People have said that I'm gonna sob. Watch me not even sob. Watch me cry to all the wrong songs on this album. You're like, girl, why'd you cry to Kintsugi? And then I'm like stone cold on fingertips. I don't know what to expect from this one, but I might cry. This is what my toilet paper looks like right now. It's disgusting, but like, let me live.
When I look back, tracing fingertips over plastic bags, or maybe just get your attention for a minute or two.
Oh, that melody reminded me a little bit of Bartender. 'Cause they don't yet know what car I drive. I'm just trying to keep my love alive. Didn't it sound like that a little bit?
Thinking I wish I could extrapolate some small intention, or maybe just get your attention for a minute or two. Will I die, or will I get to that 10-year mark where I beat the extinction of telomeres?
What the fuck is a telomere? Oh, time to Google again. A compound structure at the end of a chromosome? Lana! How are we supposed to know what that is? Where I beat the extinction of telomeres? Like, become immortal?
Caroline, will you be with me? Will the baby be alright? Will I have one of mine?
She wants a baby so bad.
Even if I
Ooh, but she's scared at the same time.
my mind's not fit, or so they said, to carry a child.
Who said that?
I guess I'll be fine.
Wait, what?
Give me a mausoleum in Rhode Island with Dad, Grandma, Grandpa, and Dave, who hung himself real high.
Oh man.
Crying rain, I'll get to you, save you. If I take my lamp, find your astral body, let it into my arms, give you 2 seconds to cry. Your spirit can sit and watch TV by my side. I couldn't hear what they said on the telephone. I had to sing for the prince in 2 hours. Sat in the shower, gave myself 2 seconds to a shame that we died.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gathering this is basically a song about who is Dave? Dave, a family member of hers that killed himself, and how she wished, that not only could she have been there before, but that she could be there for him after, and that she's just sick of mortality in general.
I was 15, naked, next door neighbors did a drive-by, pulled me up by my waist, long hair to the beachside. I wanted to go out like you, swim with
What?
you, but sometimes it's just not your time.
What? When I was 15, naked, next door neighbors did a drive-by, pulled me up by my waist. She was...
What kind of was she to say I'd end up in institutions? All I wanted to do was kiss Aaron Green and sit by the lake, twisting lime into the drinks. But the fog's rung in your head to send me away, never to come back. And people don't take the place of being a child. I give myself 2 seconds to cry.
Girl, you gotta cry longer than that.
I just needed 2 seconds to be me.
To be me. Because that's who you really are, is the ugly emotions. That's the deepest form of you, you know what I mean? And it's the part that we try to cover up the most because it's too scary to completely be yourself in a world that keeps moving and doesn't have patience for that, I guess. Wow, she dived into a lot. She dived into a family suicide, and she dived into her mother. What is wrong with her mother? What is wrong with her mother? I don't understand. She sent her away for what? I mean, I think she had alcohol problems, but like she was a kid. You know what I mean? And I really wonder how her mom is nowadays, like what she is up to and what she thinks of her daughter that she sent away. This one's really sad. This one is probably the most vulnerable of Lana's songs simply because of the detail that goes into it, the honesty of what she has been through, what she tucks away because she knows that the world doesn't want to see it and doesn't have time for it, but it's who she is and what she has had to deal with all alone. Oh, next up is Paris, Texas, my sister's favorite. Oh. Yeah, I remember that melody.
I went to Paris, Texas, with a suitcase in my hand. Knew they wouldn't understand.
Oh, wait, when you know, I know this part.
You know, when you know, it's time to go.
I know this part, yeah.
And I went to see some friends of mine down in Florence, Alabama.
I like that rhyme.
When everyone's star is bright, brighter than you are.
Oh, feels brighter. Oh, girl.
I flew back home. It seems everything the same.
Venice bitch. She's still a Venice bitch.
When you're home, Venice, California.
Mm.
Venice, California. When you're alone, when you're right, even when you're wrong.
I think that's because I understand that completely because I'm like, there's no wrong decision being made exactly because it's just a decision. And I guess it's because I'm like a what's meant to be will be type of person, and I think that she is too, and that's a lot of what that lyric right there is grounded in, is the belief that whatever is meant to be will be. So even if you're wrong, you're actually right, because if you're still here, you're on the path that you're meant to take. She went on a journey. These first 9 tracks were her delving into herself, going on a journey, and it's interesting that returning to her roots, but then also coming back and saying that after traveling all around the world, learning so much about herself, digging deeper into herself, I think, than she ever has before. Returning to Venice feels like home, and it doesn't matter who's with her or who isn't. When you're home, you're home, and she feels most herself when she's there. So that's really interesting because, especially in Blue Bannisters, she was like, I love it, but I just don't feel like I fit in anymore. I don't feel like I belong here. I don't feel like I'm accepted here, but now she feels at home again. Next up is Grandfather, please stand on the shoulders of my father while he's deep sea fishing. What could that possibly, what am I about to listen to? Grandfather, please stand on the shoulders of my father while he's deep sea fishing. What? What does that mean?
Somebody else to make me beautiful.
Is her grandfather dead? That's a thing. I had a friend who every single time they saw a monarch butterfly, they were like, oh, it's grandma. And I feel like a lot of people have like little things like that. It's a sign as that you choose as signs, or somehow the universe gives you the sign and you hold on to it. And so the white butterflies, is that what she associates with her grandpa?
I know they think that it took thousands of people to put me together again. Some big man behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Frankenstein black dreams into my song.
It couldn't possibly be this one woman. Call them out, girly. I love this. And of course, I mean, I didn't know that this was being said about her, but of course it was, because it's said about every successful woman. Well, it must have been the businessmen behind the scenes that got her to where she is. It must be their brains that make her successful. Fuck off.
Grandfather, please stand on the shoulders of my father while he's deep sea fishing for sharks.
For sharks.
Folk on chairs on blue on green, regrettably also a white woman.
Regrettably.
But I have good intentions, even if I'm one of the last ones.
I do feel it. I felt it from the very start with her, but she has good intentions.
Grandfather, please stand on the shoulders of my father while he's deep sea fishing for all the things he's wishing.
Oh.
It took somebody else to make me beautiful, wonderful. But they're wrong.
Hell yeah, they're wrong. What in the world? They're so wrong. So she's asking for God to show his presence to her, and she's asking for her grandfather to be with her father and help him feel like everything is okay and things will work out. Beautiful. Almost a little haunting. Ah! I ain't ready. Oh god, next is Let the Light In. Oh, is this the one? I think I said this might be one where I know snippets of it. It's interesting because in Fingertips, she seems to be really annoyed and upset by the idea of mortality. And she wishes that death didn't have to be our reality. And it's a really hard thing for her to face. And then with Grandfather, please stand on the shoulders of my father while he's deep sea fishing, it feels like she has become more accepting of that fate, and she's even finding more comfort than ever in knowing that there is an afterlife and that she can lean on God, and that she can lean on her ancestors who are on the other side, feel their presence, and wish their presence upon others to help them as well. I think that's a really beautiful turnaround in the story of the album. Next up, Let the Light In.
Pick you up at 2:45. free.
Oh, I know
Ask
this.
you if you want something to eat. Don't be acting like I'm the kind of girl who can sleep. Cause every time you say you're gonna go, I just smile cause babe I already know. Let the light in at your back door, yelling cause I wanna come in. Look at us, you and I back at it again. Got my dress on tight cause you know that I look shining in the light. There's so much writing on this life and how we write our love song.
Yeah. I love the feel of this song. It's such a dopamine kick.
Look at us, you and I back at it again. Cause I love to love to love to love you. I hate to hate to hate to hate you.
Yeah.
Need to need you. Put the TV on the flowers in the place like your head.
She just wants to watch TV with someone. That's been such a theme.
Look at us, you and me back at it again.
We get a long instrumental outro. This song could make me cry after all the songs I've listened to before it. Because it feels like she's ready to open up again. She's done a lot of healing. I don't know. I will cry. I don't know how to describe it, but not even just open up, but be opened up completely body and soul to somebody. I feel like, did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard was her frustration that people were only seeing her for her body and her face and what she could do for them rather than wanting to look deeper. And then Kintsugi was like her opening up to herself. So track 2, she's trying to find someone who wants to open her up. Track 8 is her allowing herself to look inward and opening herself up. And then Let the Light In is her being ready to try and open someone else up rather than just waiting for somebody to come find her. And I think that's a really pretty journey within the album. And it's just a really pretty song too. It feels so normal. It feels just like, I don't know, every time she talks about like turning the TV on and just sitting and watching TV, I'm like, yes, girl, same. And I think it's a big deal for her to say, I love to love you, I hate to hate you, I wanna want you, and I need to need you. She's like, I'm starting to feel all of these things again that I've been wanting to feel. Like I want to want someone so bad because I think she just lost faith in love for so long, but now she's like, no, I need it and I'm ready for it and please let me in. In a way, she's saying like turn your light on in the song, as in like turn it on, let me know you're here, let me know I'm welcomed, but also let the light in, like referring to herself as the light as well. I love the song, but I just can't believe that it exists within a project like this. It just came at a perfect time in the album. And now I'm really excited for the last 4 songs, and I hope we end on a good note because there's been so much healing and processing that's been happening in the album. And I swear to God, if now, after we've hit a song like Let the Light In, if the final 4 tracks bring me back down and end in I have no hope anymore again, I'm gonna be so sad. Margaret featuring Bleachers. This has got to be the When You Know, and the party's December 18th. This is cute too because after she's ready to like let the light in and want someone else to let her in, share herself body and soul with somebody again, she's looking to Jack and Margaret as a light of their own that I think she probably looks up to.
This is a simple song. Gonna write it for a friend.
I love that.
My shirt is inside out. He met Margaret on a rooftop. She was wearing white.
How romantic.
And he was like, I might be in trouble. Yeah, should I jump off this building now or do it on the double? Baby, if your love is in trouble. Baby, if your love is.
Because was he with someone else at the time of meeting Margaret? That's what that feels like.
When you know, you know. When you know, you know. It kinda makes me laugh.
yourself? How do you know? And that's your answer. The answer is no.
Yeah. Aww.
Gotta run, your head's on fire.
When you know, you know. When you know, it kinda makes me laugh. Running down that path.
I don't know. Okay, this song's making me get emotional too. I don't know. Hearing like songs like this that are just so happy, they make me emotional, and I don't know why. But I love that it kind of makes me laugh running down that path because it is like it's just silly. Like love is so silly. Running down that path, like toward that when you know person. It is just funny because it's like, oh, what have I been doing all this time? I don't know why. I can't put that lyric into words. I mean, it's already in words. What am I doing trying to add words? She said it just right.
When you're old, like Hollywood and me.
Girl, you're not even old, Lana.
The soul that you bring to the table. In a minor key.
I love a minor key. It adds so much emotion to a song.
Don't give up, because you never know what the new day might bring.
She has hope again.
Maybe tomorrow you'll know. Maybe tomorrow you'll know. I mean, join the party. By the way,
The
party's December 18. Alright, let's walk this out. 'Cause when you know, Hollywood and me. That diamond on your ring, the soul that you bring to the table. Diamond on your ring. 'Cause when you know,
I want her to get her when you know person. I want her to get her diamond. Also, I love this lyric. When you're old, like Hollywood and me, that diamond on your ring. If you connect when you're old and that diamond on your ring, calling the diamond on your ring old, is really cute. I don't even know if that's what she's meant to be saying, but like, I put those two together and it's like the diamond on your ring is old because it's been waiting to be there. It's been waiting for so long. Beautiful. She finally, in Let the Light In, she's celebrating the fact that she has hope again for love. And then in Margaret, she's celebrating the love of others. And it's perfect. It's a perfect story that's happening in this album. Like I said, I'm still scared. Next up is Fishtail. I ain't seen a Fishtail since like 2014.
Don't you dare say that you'll braid my hair, babe, if you don't really care. You wanted me sadder.
Braiding someone's hair is very intimate.
Not that smart, but I've got things to say.
You're smart.
You're so funny. I wish I could skinny dip inside your brain.
Aww.
I've been thinking about how things used to be. You wanted me sadder.
Yikes. Whoa.
Can't you see it?
Auto-tune is back.
Honest understand, so if it's genuinely feeling hella red, baby, if you care, baby, don't you dare say you'll break my head, babe. You wanted me sadder.
Call him out. Okay, wait. I love this. So we're back into like getting a glimpse into what her relationship is like. And now she cares. She cares how people speak to her and act around her. Before she was like, I don't give a fuck because this isn't going anywhere anyways. You wanted me sadder is so real. A lot of people are like that. A lot of people want to be the light in a controlling way. They want to be the light in a almost superior God complex type of way. And now that she's doing better, now that she's been healing and working on herself and she's getting happier again, now suddenly you're like, oh, well, what is this serving me? And then I love that she's like, well, if you're going to be like that, you don't care for me like I thought that you did, and don't braid my hair anymore if that's really how you feel. Oh man. Also, production, hello. We haven't had a lot of that. What was it? I think it was in A&W we had a bit of like trap sound.
I know that we've got problems. I plan to address them another day.
You better.
Maybe I'll take my glasses off so I stop painting red flags.
Yeah. Ooh, what a lyric.
Swearing nothing but the sunburned bruises on my knees. I like how you talk, how you speak, how you love me.
She likes a lot.
I can see.
But she sees through it now. And she sees it through it because she's working on herself and she's gotten better, like, on her own. That's when you start to notice the things that you've been putting up with, is when you do a lot of work on yourself. Ooh, fade out. I love this. Again, perfect storytelling. After working on herself, calling out others.
Home to me.
This is what I love to see.
I'm not that smart, but I've got things to say.
I'm not that smart, but I've got things to say is like, I like that lyric, but also it's just sad to hear because clearly she's been knocked down a lot throughout her life by people she knows and just the public and the media. So like her saying, I'm not that smart, but I have things to say is just like, it feels like it's her getting ahead of opinions that might be thrown at her. And it makes me sad. Next step is Peppers featuring Tommy Genesis. Ooh.
Hands on your knees, I'm Angelina Jolie. Hands on your knees, Angelina Jolie. Let me put my hands on your knees. You can braid my hair.
You can braid my hair.
Crisscross and
Ooh.
Listen to the Chili Peppers. Hit songs without trying, like all the time, all the time. Bucket gonna give a show. I open up the blinds. Add the caution to the wind, get onto the bike. Take a minute to yourself, skinny dipping on my
Oh, I love that we're calling back to like the skinny dipping in our mind lyric and the braiding our hair lyric. Also, I just want to say about Fishtail as well. I love that there's just like this calm understanding and knowing that's washing over her when it comes to her calling out this part of her boyfriend that she seems to be a little skeptical about, and it's giving him a chance to work on it and step up or step down. And I kind of love that approach that she's taking, but also this one's fun. She's in love. Someone tell me, is she? Oh no, she's single now. Someone said she's single now. All right. I just get so excited when I hear songs like this and I'm like, wait, is this the guy? Is this the one? I want to know what Angelina Jolie thinks of this song.
Take it for a midnight ride, yeah.
Yeah.
My boyfriend tested positive for COVID. It don't matter, we've been kissing, so whatever he has, I have, I can't.
Damn. Someone tell me what that was. It sounded like she wanted to merge the song with something. That's all I got from that. It feels like she's having so much fun with this song and it makes me happy. Also, it's interesting to me that this song's coming after Fishtail. Did they figure it out? Did they work through it? If it's the same guy, before she was like, don't braid my hair, but now she's letting him braid her hair again. So they seem to have worked it out for a bit. Now what happens? She was questioning the relationship a little bit because she was demanding more for herself and Fishtail, and then Peppers, it seems like they got through it and they were having some fun together. But now I know that she's single again. Ah, I just want her to have her person. Which brings us to the last track, Taco Truck X VB. This is literally like, I don't know why this instrument is perfect. I don't know why this instrument right now is such a vibe. It's like nothing crazy. It's nothing I've never heard before, but there's something about it that feels good.
Met my boyfriend down at Taco.
No way she met her boyfriend at the taco truck. What?
Imagine if we actually gave a fuck. Caribbean blue in sweater weather, I'm falling into you. Although it seems I've gotten better, I can be violent.
Ooh, she hasn't told us everything, huh?
That's why they call me Lana.
Ooh.
When I get down, I'm bonita.
I love this melody. Also Lanita. It's giving Lolita a little.
Spin it till you whip it into white cream, baby. Print it into black and white page.
The melodies just keep giving.
Before you talk, let me stop what you say. I know that you hate me.
She just assumes everyone does at this point. These instrumental breaks are everything in this album. Ooh, still going. Oh, she's speaking. She's softly, quietly.
I was just able to go back to sleep for an hour. So that rocked.
So that rocked. That is always nice, being able to fall back asleep.
Signing off, bang, bang, kiss, kiss. You heard my baby's backing down. You should come
Venice, bitch!
We'll be hanging.
Shut up!
You should come over. Made myself I like diamonds. My baby crimson and clover.
Oh my god! No, we're still going.
With me, little Venice.
Because she found her way back to Venice. Like in Paris, Texas, she found her way back to Venice. And it felt like home again. It's the return of our Venice bitch.
Whatever, everything, whatever. Calling out, bang, bang, Kintsugi.
Is it gonna end? I wonder if it's gonna wrap back up into the taco truck part, or if it's gonna end on VB, on Venice bitch.
If you weren't mine, I'd be jealous of your
We are ending on Venice bitch.
calling out, bang, bang, kiss, kiss.
Sounding off. What a way to end an album.
Sounding off, bang, bang, kiss,
Sounding off, bang bang. You know what? I love that as an album closer, just because like clearly she found her way back to Venice that she loved before, and she felt like she didn't belong anymore, and she found her way back to it, not only to Venice but to herself. Also, I wonder if the taco truck she's talking about was in Venice and she met that boyfriend in Venice as well, and the taco truck, that would make sense. Listen, when everyone was so hyped about this album and so excited for me to get to it, there's obviously some pressure put on my shoulders there, because I'm like, what if I don't love it? But like, I loved it. And this better win album of the year. I swear to God. I'm a big Taylor fan. Midnights is up for album of the year. There's actually a lot of great albums up for album of the year, I think. But after listening to this album, this needs to win. This needs to win, and it should win. The storytelling in this album is something that doesn't come along very often. I felt like this with Norman fucking Rockwell, and it was the only other Lana album that I felt like this with, where I'm like, this feels like it should be the soundtrack of like a musical, like a really dark musical. It just feels so theatrical, and this felt like that too, where it's just like visually stunning without even there being any visuals, with just the songs themselves. How am I gonna rank this album? How am I gonna... Here's my ranking. Here's my ranking, I guess. I don't know, don't yell at me. I think these are all 10 out of 10 songs. Thinking back on it, I think like was there any songs that I didn't like? Actually, Candy Necklace was probably my least favorite. Candy Necklace is probably my least favorite. It's the claimed song, my claimed song. But it was probably my least favorite on the album. And I think actually, looking at this album, it's the only one that might not stick with me. Let me know all your thoughts on this album. Agree with me that this needs to be album of the year. Our Lana journey's over for now. I can't wait to then now be a part of like the release days as they come for future albums and get to listen to them and react to them in real time with you guys and experience them for the first time with you guys. Until then, as far as Lana goes, we're going to be doing exclusive Patreon content when it comes to her unreleased songs, and probably like interviews, live performances, stuff like that. So if that's something you're interested in, February will be the month that gets kick-started, and I'll probably be asking you guys on Patreon what I should start with, where I should start, because it's a lot to get through, I hear. I can't believe we just did that. My Lana journey's over. Wait, my Lana videos have been so much fun. And thank you guys, thank you Lana fans for sticking around and loving these videos. Obviously, if you're into movies and TV, I do those reactions still, and my music reactions will continue on this channel as well with album reactions. Please use the comment section below as well as a place to drop recommendations for future artist reactions and album reactions, because now my schedule is freeing up a little bit more when it comes to music reactions now that we have finished with Miss Lana Del Rey. Thanks for watching, I guess. It always feels so silly ending these videos, specifically with Lana, because I feel like I just had like a life-changing experience, and then I'm like, well, thanks for watching. But thank you actually for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys next time.